half kneeling tibial rotations. I'm using a bench with a long loop resistance band. This is going to be our anchor point to wrap around our leg to work on our active control of our tibial internal and external rotation. So with that long loop resistance band, I'm going to come down into a kneeling position. The hardest part is going to be the setup. So when you do get set up, I recommend starting by having your foot forward. So you pull the band across the front of your ankle and then you loop it down. You want to make sure you have your skin covered up too because it doesn't feel very good, but loop it around and hook it on your ankle, okay? So then this knee is going to go down. I'm scooting out to have my line of pull from my ankle to be in line with my anchor being the bench. I like to use the foam roller for you to brace down through your midsection so you're not arching through your back. You're going to let that band pull you into internal rotation, and then you're going to actively, let that band pull you into external rotation, and then you're going to actively rotate into internal rotation. Do your best to stay engaged in your glutes to really drive the isolation for the rotation for your tibia. Pay attention to your sets and reps from your programming. You may have a tempo, which means you may have to hold in a certain position for some duration. You may have to go in and out at a certain speed. But we can hit all different angles, so then I can transition over to my right. So I can come across the front of my right ankle, and I can anchor it onto that heel. Come down into a kneeling position and have the exact same setup. So now I'm hitting my right knee to where it's pulling me into internal rotation, and I'm rotating actively into external rotation. And then I would turn my body 180 and I would anchor it the same way. The most important piece is that you're just consistent on your anchor point to where your band is coming across the top of your ankle and then hooking on your heel. And then if I flipped around the other way, it's going to fall off, so I'd have to come across the top of my ankle and anchor it to my heel. We're doing our best to hit both sides. Just be mindful of where your anchor point is. We want a straight line to create a 90-degree angle from where our shin bone is on the ground and where the anchor point is.